This is why our show's listed as a comedy.
Probably. I didn't even know we were listed.
What do we list these guys as? Just make it comedy.
Who gave these guys a show? You did.
Running with Maverick and Wolfman. Maverick here.
Wolfman here.
Hey guys, we got a big episode and lots of excitement tonight.
We do.
Get ready.
Make sure to find us on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on those notifications so you know when we release things.
Subscribe. If you're new to the show, welcome. Wolfman and Maverick are both PTs, and we have been friends for 20 plus years. We've been running a lot of those years and before that. And our show is about having fun, running, exercise, family, lots of things all mixed into one.
Like a potpourri of fitness.
So, what are we starting with?
I don't know. We've got some comments.
Oh, I like comments.
From some of our Instagram posts.
There we go.
So this one I picked out especially for you, Mav. Let me find it here. Sorry, it wasn't Instagram. It was Facebook.
It's the same. Social.
It says, this is our first comment section. Dill pickles are so salty and good. Just the juice is good too. Wolfman, do an ultra and you'll get all sorts of tasty morsels like this and better at the aid stations.
Oh, man. That answers that question, I guess.
Yeah. Still don't know if I'll do an ultra, but it does make it more enticing.
If I have to do a marathon, I'm pretty sure you have to do an ultra because that's what the fans are asking for.
I mean, this is true, but if an ultra is basically anything over 26.2 miles, then I did one when they took us the wrong way in the Run for the Red. Done.
Right. So what are you so afraid of?
Check.
We'll just continue with
I don't know. I just don't know, like, the time, a marathon takes enough time to train for. I just can't imagine how much more time it takes to do more.
Well, imagine.
I don't know. I won't write it off completely, but it's not in the near future. Let's put it that way.
So you say.
So I say. What do you want to start with?
Well, I wanted to name this episode Why I Love 5Ks, but Wolfman said he doesn't indeed love 5Ks. So that's what I wanted to talk about.
It's not that I don't love 5Ks. It's that I don't really focus on them anymore, and I'm too slow for things that are so short.
But they're so short and so much fun.
Yeah. I'll be doing my first 5K, I think, that I'll be doing fast, and I don't even know how long, probably since college. And it'll be the first 5K I've run since the one I ran with you over a year ago, I think, already.
Very good.
So, why do you love 5Ks? Let's talk about that.
Because as soon as you get started, you're pretty much done.
That's true.
I'm just getting warmed up. Oh, the race is almost over. Here we go. This is it. And done. The 5K is not as quick as the mile, but it's not as long as a 5-miler. That's why I love it.
Yeah.
It's fast, but it's not terribly long.
I mean, I do enjoy a 5K. They're usually fun themed. Like you said, they're short. So they're kind of done. I guess I just haven't really focused on one in a while, so it's hard for me to say I enjoy racing them anymore because they're a distance that I like to race. You know, like you want to go for a time.
Right. I understand what you're saying. You're going to be really competitive when you get into the 5K.
Right.
It's hard to switch that off.
It is. You know, because that's, I mean, really, excuse me, if you think about it, it's one of the first races that you really start with. You know, I mean, you run a little bit shorter than that in junior high, but once you get to high school, even junior varsity, you're running a 5K for your races. You know, a lot of road races are 5Ks. You see more and more 10Ks and halves and things like that now, but you know, I think back to when we were running them, most of them were 5Ks. You might find a 5K with a 10K attached.
It seems like there's a lot more runners that are older. I shouldn't say older, but just the younger runners tend to go to the 5K. And then people that are maybe in their 30s, 40s, 50s, they start getting into the half marathon type runs.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think definitely, I think seniority leads you to bigger things, but you've got more experience under your belt too. So then continue to challenge yourself. I don't know. Sounds good.
Sounds like you're going to be running another ultra marathon.
I don't know. Like I said, I'm not writing it off. It's just I've got other things I want to take care of on my docket first. So maybe after those.
Where is this docket? This legendary docket.
The docket is so big, it has its own house.
The docket has been confiscated by your wife. No one's going to get to see that. She's going to edit it out. What happened in Tokyo? Gone. Why? I just got rid of it. There's too many in here.
Yeah. But you need Tokyo for the majors.
I don't care. It's gone. Boom.
No, she doesn't put up too much of a fight when I get an idea with running in my head. So I can't complain there. She's gracious.
I thought you were going to tell me that it's hidden in some secret place. You have to dig it up in order to access it.
No, if it was anywhere, it'd be on my clipboard from college where I have all my running stuff.
It was stored between your work papers where no one will ever think to look.
I don't have work papers.
But all right, so we summed it up. You don't love 5Ks, but because of the competitiveness of yourself in a 5K.
Right.
Got it. We'll work on that.
Excuse me. What's that?
We'll work on that.
Yeah. Yeah. Who knows? Maybe after this next one, I'll just start crying and never do another one.
That could work.
Crying at the finish. Just put me in an ultra. This was too fast. I need slow.
I'm just getting warmed up here.
Used to be the hare, and now I'm the tortoise.
Yeah, I can see that. You're like, you're running it, you're done. You're like, it's over? It's over? Can I do it again? I think it's a better time if I go again.
What happened to the other 23 miles?
Does anyone else want to do another 15?
Scott would join me.
Yeah, you get one person that'll do another 15 with you. Everyone else will be like, no way, man, we're done. That was crazy. I'm exhausted.
You got any 5Ks coming up?
I'm gonna be adding a few. I don't know how I'm
Nice.
gonna do it. I have no legitimate plan yet. I just have the plan of doing that. So I will be adding some in, probably randoms. Just something here, something there, whatever looks
Yeah.
good. If I'm at a location that they have one, I'll probably just jump in, see if I can swim.
Yeah. See if you can swim. Yeah, if you're trying to swim, you're in the wrong race.
I'll be doing the backstroke. It'll be fine.
I mean, it is that time of year that more 5Ks are starting to pop up. So
Right.
um,
The weather's getting better, people. You made it.
it is.
Way to
Thank
go.
goodness.
Way to go.
Although we had, um, man, I don't know if it's cold. It's not a cold snap because it's not that cold, but it was supposed to be, I think, 50 something here today. And I think at track practice, it was like 43. And I was like, oh, super. Those weathermen got it right again.
Let's get some sprints going, people. See if we can get some hammies pulled.
Yeah. I mean, at least we're used to running in the cold right now, so it wasn't that big of a change. We were just looking forward to, oh, yes, finally the warm weather, and then
But
nothing.
that's every track season.
Yeah,
Every time outdoor track starts, you go outside, you think it's going to be great. There's like one nice day, then it's cold, then it snows, and then you're just like, what I mean? Like it's just not. It takes a while to get into it, and that's why you extend the season out. But it's hard
yeah,
to do that when
yeah.
you only have so many races.
Right, right. And I never realized how short the spring high school sports seasons are. It's a short season compared to, you think of the winter sports like basketball and wrestling and all that, and they pretty much start in November and they end in, you know, mid March. And baseball and track and the spring sports, they start in early March and they're done by what? The end of May, mid May? It's crazy.
That's why you got to get going quick. Just got to get in there, run fast.
Jump right in.
No other way to do it. So, any other comments?
For the 5K?
Whatever.
Uh, I don't have any other comments about the 5K. I've got a question for you.
Let's do it. Question it up.
So, in an earlier episode, we talked about books that motivate us. But what movies get you motivated? Or movie? Motivational movie. Go. 15 seconds. 2001: Space Odyssey. I knew it.
I don't even know what that is.
It's I don't know. It's not a great movie.
It's
It's one
not.
of those like
It's not even a good movie.
I didn't like it. It's one of those like cult classics, I think, and
Oh, okay.
I think at the time it was like ahead of its day. But it's like looking back at it, it's like, huh, okay,
All right. If I want to get motivated just to like work out, like doesn't mean running, just any kind of workout. If it's push ups, sit ups, something that I'm gonna do in my house, even. The Guardian,
The Guardian.
right?
Which one's that? I don't know if I remember that one.
That is the movie about the Coast Guard rescue swimmers.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
that is an excellent movie. Yeah,
love it, love it. That I'll work out watching it. I can't watch it and just sit there. I have to actually start working out.
start saving people's lives.
I'm doing push-ups, sit-ups, squats, weights, whatever I have around. I'm right in there. I'm like, let's start working out. I'm not in a good enough shape right now to watch this movie.
That's awesome. What about before a race? Is there a
What
movie
about
you
you?
put on before a race? What's that?
What about you? Let's get you.
Oh, some movies that get me pretty amped up are like Braveheart always amps me up. Probably, but the one I usually watch before a race is Without Limits, which we've talked about before. But um, the movies that I like to watch before I race are the different Prefontaine movies, but Without Limits by far. If I'm focusing on a race, I will watch Without Limits the night before. Um, just always have, and it just always gets me motivated, gets me amped up.
That's by far my favorite of those movies, and
Yeah.
I would agree with you. Definitely before a race, night before, for sure. It's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Well, you said
Um,
Braveheart, so I'd have to throw Gladiator out there too because they just
ooh,
kind of go together.
that's another good one. I was glancing over at my movies, making sure I didn't miss any, but yeah, Gladiator is a good one too. That'll get you pumped up, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
Um, the Christopher Nolan Batman movies, they get me pretty pumped. The ones
Is
with
is that the one with Christian Bale?
yeah, those ones get me pretty
Okay.
amped. Um, I don't know that they would get me like ready for a race, but they get me motivated to get out there and fight some crime.
I, yeah, I was gonna say I can just see you walking around. I am Batman.
I'm
Sir,
Batman.
just take your coffee and go. Just move along.
Um, yeah, same premise, but tangenting because now I'm going. But when you're on the way to a race, if the kids aren't in the car, what's on the radio? What CD's on? What's on the playlist? Whatever they
What's a
call it these
CD?
days. What cassette you putting in?
What A track there? No, so music wise, before a race, probably like we covered before, Bob O'Reilly.
Oh yeah,
That's definitely one that's going to get played. Um, Run Through the Jungle, Credence. That's another one that's
yeah,
going to hit the playlist. But I'm random, man. Like I have like it's not just pumped up running. So like it goes up and down. There's all kinds of music on there. It doesn't always make sense. People will say that they're like, that doesn't make sense to have
yeah,
that. I'm like, it makes sense to me.
yeah.
I'm
Same.
getting ready here.
Mine is well. I mean, we roomed together for how long? Mine is probably as eclectic as yours. It's everywhere, but um, there's definitely some heavy metal in the mix there for me. Some Metallica, some Tool, the occasional Slipknot, Corn, but it's everywhere.
All light, very relaxing music.
Yeah, yeah. I like to get my chi going. But
Yeah.
no, mine's everywhere
Smooth
too.
jazz all the way.
It'll go from that to like you said, Credence.
Right. Yeah, no, I mean like that's the thing. Like it's because you have time. You don't want to be revved up the whole time. You want to just get
Yeah,
yourself ready to do the run. So you have to kind of take it easy a little bit too. That's kind of what
yeah,
Scott was saying last episode. You didn't want to be too ramped up the whole time.
yeah. But I think too, especially for me now that I do marathons, like having those softer songs is helpful because something will get stuck in your head, and you know, if you're really hurting and it needs to be slower, then it's something a little easier, but it keeps your mind off of things. Um, so
Now,
I don't know.
now let me ask
I
you
like
this: when
it.
you're racing, is or even running the marathon because you run a lot of marathons, are you hearing music in your head when there is no music on the course? Are you like playing that through your brain? Or are you just focusing on the run? Or what are you thinking? What are you
Ooh,
thinking on the run?
these are good questions we got going here. Um, I would say probably subconsciously there's a song in my head the whole time, but I really try to focus more on the task at hand. What's going on? How's my form? When's that next water stop supposed to be? Um, when am I going to take that gel pack? And those kinds of things. But you do find yourself as you get alone with your thoughts, all of a sudden a song is going, and sometimes it's the most random song, and it might just be a piece of it that just goes over and over, and you start thinking to yourself sometimes, now why is that song in my head of all the songs I heard this morning?
Is
Why
it
that one?
staying alive?
No, honestly, what a lot of times it's Rihanna's
Mile
S&M.
26.
No, no, it's not. That would be a good one though.
Well, that might be me. Just keep running.
Yeah. Um, Sometimes by the end you don't know what you're thinking.
That's
you're
true.
just You're just
I've
going.
witnessed that one for sure.
Yeah.
Even in shorter races, sometimes you see people that are
Oh yeah.
exhausted,
Yeah.
heat stroke, and they're not with it.
Right. And there's something about a lot of races, they'll play not Eye of the Tiger. What's the other song from Rocky?
There's only
Um,
one song from Rocky.
Let It
One
Fly
song.
Now. Is that what it is?
What is it?
The other one, like the other main title song. I can't think of the name of it, but a lot of races will play that song, and no matter where you are on that course, when you hear that song, that amps you up too. So I would say the Rocky movies. The Rocky movies get me pumped. Any of
Sure,
them, except
sure.
Rocky 5, 4. I don't know.
That's a pretty universal statement.
Yeah, yeah. Was it whichever one Rocky is the coach, but before the reboots, they didn't need that one.
I was wondering where you're going. I'm like, where is he going with this?
Uh,
Are we still in the movie topic, or did we move on?
I don't know. We tangented a bit between movies and music and races, and now we've gone back to movies.
Circling back, people, finishing up on the movies. This is why our show's listed as a comedy.
Probably. I didn't even know we were listed.
What do we list these guys as? Just make it comedy.
Who gave these guys a show? You did.
Thanks for listening.
Oh man.
We're gonna hear more about that docket or what? What is it? What is your big goal race to do? Like, what is that?
Right now?
What's so etched in that docket that you're never gonna get rid of it unless you do it? What is that?
I don't know that anything's etched into it, but I'd like to do another Boston. At least one more. Hopefully more, but at least one. I'd like to do Chicago and New York.
At the same time.
At the same time, on the same day. So I've been in touch with the race directors. Not really. uh, I'd love to do Dublin. I'd love to do the
Dublin.
flying.
That's
What's
not
that?
one we've heard about.
The Dublin Marathon in Ireland.
I don't
Yeah,
think anybody's done that we've interviewed yet.
yeah. I don't think so. I
Huh.
saw it in Runner's World one time, and I'm like, I want to do that race. That's where I found most of them when I used to read Runner's World. Before I had kids and didn't have time to read magazines anymore.
What are you saying? You have no time?
I don't have time. You have time? How do
Kids
you get this
equal more
time?
time.
Tell me about this.
Everybody knows that as kids.
Um,
Frees up so much time,
yeah.
space.
I can't remember which one of our guests talked about it, but the flying pig in Cincinnati. I've always wanted to do that one. The Yingling one that I think Lori and Matt talked about in Virginia Beach. I've always wanted to do that one. I think if I could do those ones, I'd be pretty happy. I'd like
Okay.
to do all the majors, but I mean, there's a lot of logistics in that.
There's lots of people that do all the majors, so
I know, but I don't know. I think if I could do, I've already done Boston, so I've already got one. Check. I think if I could do New York, Chicago, and maybe London, I'd be happy if I didn't get the rest.
I think that you'll do those and then you'll want to do the rest.
It would be great to do all of them, but you never know.
You'll do all of them.
Once I do those, then maybe I'll do one of these other
You'll probably knock out two of those
crazy
in 1
events.
year, and then you'll have to put the rest on the list or
That's a
schedule the
good
rest, I
point.
should say.
Let's do that. When are we getting sponsors to pay for these races?
Well, we're getting them to sign up. Throw out the email. Get some people to sponsor.
There you go. Yeah. Send us sponsors. There's the email. It's at the bottom of the screen. It might not go well at this point in the show, but I'm going to put it down there anyway.
Yeah. Well, that's fine. That's fine.
What about you? What's on your docket?
5Ks.
Yeah,
Fast
well,
5Ks.
fast
Probably not that
5Ks.
fast. The last time we ran that 5K together, I was realizing that the when I was racing competitively and like really clicking in, I mean, it took years to get that fast. And I just assumed like, hey, I got like 6 weeks, I'll be that fast again. It's like
Yeah.
that's not how it works. I totally
Hey,
was like, oh, I'm still I still got good, I'm in good shape. I could do this. Well, you could do it, but you're not going to run the same times if you haven't been racing for years. Oh,
smoke
yeah,
me.
right, yeah.
Hey, we took home hardware though.
Well, right. But I mean, just the clock didn't say the same thing. The
That's
place
true.
was the same, but the time wasn't. I don't know what happened.
The pain was the same.
The pain was worse. I'll tell you that. When I was in shape running those 5Ks, it didn't hurt till the end. Like the end was where you're like, oh man, this kind of is getting a little rough here. But then you're done. But when you're out of shape, it's like, oh, was it a mile? You sure it's a mile? Wow,
Who
that's
measured
slow.
this course? Was this wheel measured?
I'm never running this race again. It's so long. How long is it? It's a 5K. Yeah, so 5Ks, 10 miler, maybe a half, leading into a marathon eventually. Eventually. I have to
Eventually.
pick one. I haven't picked one. I got to do that. I got to look into investigating some marathons and see what looks good, what doesn't, why does it look good to me, and then I
Yeah.
have to
Yeah.
convince you to do the same one.
Marathons, I'm not too hard to convince into. That all just depends on the timing of it.
I'm gonna find a really small, random location, no scenery, like the worst one ever, and then tell you that's what I'm doing. What's the draw? There isn't any. It's terrible. Everyone says it's horrible.
We're gonna do this marathon in Australia. Oh, that sounds exciting. It was through the outback,
There's
through
lots
the
of
desert.
waivers. You have to sign more than one waiver.
We're probably gonna get attacked by kangaroos.
We've had no one complete this race ever.
Sign me up. It's like when you finish one of those like food challenges. It's like if you can finish this race, you'll get a T-shirt. You mean I don't get
Right.
one for signing up? Oh no, you've got to
No,
finish it and
it's
stay
probably
alive
like
for 30
free.
days.
The race is $500, and if you finish it, you get your money back. But if you don't finish it, you get nothing.
Yeah,
Every year, like some dude just collects like $5,000. He's like, yeah, we don't even have a finish line because no one ever makes it there. We just tell them where to go.
let's hope David Goggins never finds this race.
Yeah, right. That's what it is. Like one incredibly in shape, intense dude shows up and like finishes it, and he's like, "Where's everybody? Where's my money? I want my $500 back." We never thought anyone would actually finish this thing. All right, guys, thanks for joining us. And Wolfman is going to tell you how to subscribe and email us and all those kind of things. Here we go.
Yep. So the email will be below. Running with Maverick and Wolfman at yahoo.com. Send us your questions, comments, what you liked, what you didn't like, what you want to hear about, all that fun stuff. Remember to like, share, follow. Find us on Facebook, Instagram, X. We're on X, formerly Twitter. And find us on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe. Check the
Subscribe
little bell guy. It all helps our algorithms that we can keep bringing you this fun stuff.
and more.
Much more.
Thanks for listening, guys. We appreciate it. Maverick and Wolfman running out.